One of the big sensational stories of the last few days is kind of a local one in my neck of the woods here in southern Oregon. Although the incident didn't happen in my town, but it happened in nearby Grants Pass. And that is about a week ago, a woman was reportedly near death after being violently beaten by this guy, whose name is Benjamin Obadiah Foster, and he's still at large. So they're doing a big manhunt. It's been on all over the social media, and it's been on the national news. It's been all over because, he's dangerous. He's apparently he has a background in mixed martial arts, and I've seen he's anywhere from 6 foot to 6'4", so he could easily overpower any woman, no matter what. And the victim is still in the hospital. She's still in critical condition, and I will not post the Daily Mail's version of this story because it's UK media, and UK media has disregard for the privacy rights of victims, and they had named her and they had showed where she lived. Now, that she doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. If she comes out of the hospital in more or less one piece, she's not going to want everybody to know who she is and where she lives. So I did not do this, and the American media has not done this, not even the New York Post or any of those. They respected her privacy. But apparently, there's a lot of conflicting stuff here, but apparently it seems to me that she knew him prior to what happened. I don't know if they were having a relationship or what. I guess all that'll come out eventually. But anyway, yeah, he's still at large, and another thing I understand is he has connections here. Even though he was in trouble in Nevada 2 times, 2 different women. And the second time he went to prison for kidnapping and beating a woman, a girlfriend. He kept her imprisoned for like 2 weeks while he was doing all these sadistic acts. I mean, this guy's really messed up. It goes without saying he's messed up. But there was yet another incident before that involved a different woman. And so this guy has a history, and I hope that authorities will look at least in Nevada, possible unsolved murders, because I think this guy's capable of it. He tried to kill this poor woman in Grants Pass. And anyway, there was another woman that had helped him, and she's like my age, and she was arrested and stuff. But he's got connections there. So I think he's somebody that would hide in plain sight, that he'd stay with somebody he knows. But police have had tips and stuff. Nothing's really panned out. They would see somebody that was walking along the freeway that they thought looked like him, but nothing's panned out at all so far. But it's possible he's just hiding in plain sight. And anyway, the big scandal about this, there's a lot of them, but he was in trouble in Nevada, and let me read this. A man at the center, this is from Reno Gazette-Journal. And actually it's Associated Press. A man at the center of an intense police search in Oregon after a violent kidnapping last week was released from custody in October 2021 by Nevada prison officials on the same day he was transferred to the state's custody to serve a kidnapping sentence, authorities said Monday. And then this guy was charged with 5 felonies, including assault and battery, and faced decades in prison. A plea deal with Clark County prosecutors, oh boy, lots of fallout here, and allowed him to plead guilty in 2019 to felony and misdemeanor battery. You know, and a judge sentenced him to serve between 1 and 2.5 years in a state prison. And then a spokesperson for the Nevada prison system told the AP in an email that Foster arrived October 18, 2021 at a prison intake facility, but was released the same day because the judge had factored into Foster's punishment the 729 days he had spent in jail awaiting trial. This means that he served his minimum sentence behind bars, but was a half year from serving the maximum given by the judge. You know, they don't, and it's been said all over the place, that nobody takes violence against women seriously. I guess that's really the point of this video. Nobody takes it seriously enough to take these men like this off the streets. Lock them away for good. And if he's caught, assuming he's caught, I would think sooner or later, although he may end up, you know, taking his own life. But if and when he's caught, when it's resolved one way or the other, it's, you know, he better be locked away for good. But how many women have to get beaten to the point of death for our country and our society to take violence against women seriously? I just don't think they do. And of course, I'm sure this guy, probably, like so many men, is into pornography. And they're into all this edgy, so-called edgy stuff. You know, beat women up. Hey, that's real edgy. That's real progressive. Doing all that perverted shit. Abuse them. And thinking that it's normal to do any of that. Which it is not. There's a reason why that stuff was regarded as aberrant or perverted. Because it is. It isn't about shaming. It's about what it is. And then of course strangulation. That's the big kink now, is strangling women to the point where they're unconscious. That's supposed to be a turn on. That's serial killer stuff. That's really serial killer stuff. Any woman that would ever allow any creep like that to do that, I don't care what your thing is. Any woman does it's a damn fool. Needs to throw him out. I mean, I don't care. I mean, this, you know, you gotta do it. You gotta draw boundaries. This is all about boundaries. And too many men don't respect it. But this is another statistic of easy access to porn and people that are absolutely screwed up. Yeah, totally. I mean, this guy's just, I mean, he's off the rails. And there's just too much of that. Too much of that going on. So right now, he's still at large. So if and when he's caught, or anything happens, I will post another video on this. Yep. And it's, yeah, see, they had a lot of tips of people that were, or from people who would see some guy with long hair and a beard, but he shaved probably all that off. And it says here, on Thursday night, raid at Wolf Creek, some 20 miles north of Grants Pass, and involved a bunch of law enforcement agencies. Foster, who had been staying on family property there, slipped away. Forested mountains surround the community, but investigators believe that instead of disappearing solo into the wilderness, Foster had help getting out of the area. Yeah, he's got family all over the place, and friends and stuff, so he's hiding in plain sight. And the big thing people were making a deal out of was the online dating stuff to find people that would assist him in helping him or victims. But the real story is why they haven't why authorities have not taken this seriously a long time ago with this guy. He should never have been let out. And it just points to, as I've said, we don't take domestic abuse seriously, domestic violence seriously. That is it.